Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a little bit of bonus footage. Not golfing in the literal sense today, but we are going to the driving range and we will try and do the best we can to eliminate the slice from my swing. So hopefully this is kind of a log, a video log of me progressing at the activity and the sport as well. If we don't progress, that's okay. We're out here having fun. So yeah, we're gonna go hit some balls. I'm gonna be trying some new things with a new grip. I might point it out, I might not, depending on how bad the wind is and if there's a lot of people there or not. But yeah, I'll be fixing my grip so that it's definitely not as weak, because I usually keep my back hand like completely underneath the club, which is a super weak grip. So I won't be doing that, and there's a couple other things that I will be trying to work on: an inside-out swing. Yeah, trying to keep my shoulders closed, not as open, so that way when I come across the ball, it doesn't do the thing where, you know, he does the thing and puts the spin on the ball and it just shoots out to the right. So yeah, let's get out there, let's hit some balls and see if we can try and straighten this driver out. So I'll stay with you guys in microphone form to walk you through my thoughts, what I'm working on, what I'm doing wrong, what I could do better. But to give you guys some sort of context, when I normally step up on the tee box, I usually hit a slice, and it usually goes about 230, 240 yards with that slice or a fade to the right of almost every fairway or out of bounds that I am ever a part of. And a lot of times I try and correct this by aiming to the left. You guys may have done the same thing. If you slice your driver bad, you know, you've struggled mentally to get it to go into the center of the fairway. And so the drills that I'm working on in this tee session, in this driving range session, are to close my backhand up a little bit. You can see my thumb is on the top of the club. Normally it's on that right side of the club, but I want to try and keep that club head closed. So for that reason, I'm closing that backhand just a little bit. The back foot is open a little bit, and that's going to help me try and come around square through the ball. And then my driver head club cover is trying to help me avoid coming outside in. And you can see the first shot right there is, of course, what I'm talking about, the slice to the right side of the driving range. It's uphill, so you don't really see it exaggerated. Let's go back through that swing and I'll tell you what I did wrong. So let's take a look at this swing in slow motion. You can see the setup is okay. I'm probably going to end up setting up differently next time, where I put the club just a bit more inside the ball rather than outside. But the backswing looks okay, you know, for an amateur it's all right. And I'm gonna stop it right here. As you can see, the club is outside the ball, which is what I am hoping to avoid, because every time you come from outside in, you're virtually just slapping the ball and it spins and tails off to the right side of whatever fairway or whatever you're pointing at. So next time I do go to the range, I'm going to try everything in my power to avoid coming outside in. I'm going to look up some new tips and tricks as to how to do that. But if you're slicing it like me, only hitting it 220, 230, maybe you have this problem as well. You come from the outside in, and then the ball ends up spinning to the right. As you can see, it's in the air. It starts going over the top. But my backswing looked okay. My follow-through looked okay. So what's telling me to how to avoid this slice is to fix the swing path. Now, this is one of the worst balls I hit on the range this day. Let's go to one of the best balls that I hit, and maybe we can see the difference. So this is an example of a ball that I end up hitting through the driving range, and it plays about 280 through the range, but we're about 10 yards in front. So I hit this like 265. Maybe 270, which again, if you can control a 260, 270 yard drive every time, that's, you know, you're playing pretty good golf. So let's go back and see what I did right. That was the one. So watching it back, you can see, again, let's go over the things that I'm working on. I am working on addressing the ball. And one thing that I've noticed throughout watching this film review is that I do either stand too close to the ball at times, or I just, you know, line up and address the ball with the ball too close to the heel of the club, right, the base of that shaft, rather than putting it more towards the toe, which would really help me come around, you know, come through inside and find the sweet spot of that driver head. And you can even see it right here. It's just a little bit near the toe and that's going to exaggerate my slice every time. So the next time that I go out there and work on the stuff that I'm working on, I'm going to adjust that. But you can see the back foot is open a little bit. My backhand is closed. The backswing looks okay. Again, I'm an amateur. I'm not great, but I'm trying to get better. So I'm stepping like Josh Donaldson, and I'm going to add a freeze frame right here so you can see as the club head is coming in, the weight has shifted forward, transferring right to the club, so that looks good. That front arm is bent still a little bit more. I could straighten that out. But the main thing here on the good drive that I hit, again, the yardage here was 280 to the back of the driving range, but we're playing 10 yards up, so I probably hit this about 265, 270. But the main takeaway here is that the club is coming through the ball evenly. So, you know, on the last one, the one that I sliced, you could see that the club head was coming from the right side of the ball, kind of cutting through that left, and that was applying that little slap slice thing that I was hitting on the first couple of balls. And on this one, you can see the club is a lot more coming through the right plane. The shaft is still a little bit lagging behind, which is going to help it explode through the ball. So I think I am a stiff shaft guy. Pause. But yeah, you can see that the club head is more square to the ball. So as you can see, my follow through connects more squarely and the thing flies. Now it does have still a little bit of a slice, and maybe I will have a tiny bit of a fade for the rest of my life. But if the ball turns over on a fade and doesn't just keep spinning to the right and keep bouncing to the right, but turns over and stops, I'll be able to control that so much more easily and knock some strokes down from my game. So again, that was the main takeaway here. I think my main issue is working on the swing plane path, and it's mostly just on the downswing. My backswing looks okay. The club shaft is pointing towards the ball, or in that sweet spot between the ball and my feet, which is what I want. But when I do come through, I make some sort of an adjustment, and that's when the club comes off from the right side of the ball, and that is what applies the slice. So that's my problem. Maybe you have the same result as me with slices, or maybe you also have the problem that I have with the swing path. So I'm going to go over a couple of tips in the next couple videos as to what I'm working on and what you could be working on to get a better swing path and to avoid slicing your drives 230 yards and get that extra 30-40 yards you can put on it and start out driving all your buddies and friends. So yeah, let's just go through a couple more shots that I have on here, and maybe you can see what I'm talking about, what I'm working on, and ways that I could improve. I'd love comments down below on things that you guys see that I could work on. I might even feature you in the next video, feature your comment, and make the adjustment in the next video. So please give me feedback. I'm open to all. You know, I don't think I have a terrible swing, but there are definitely things that I can work on to help drive the ball that much further. So let's go through a couple more shots, and yeah. Another example of me with a wicked slice on my drive is this shot right here. And again, I think for me it's just about fixing that swing plane, and even addressing my ball. Like I said, I put that off the heel just a bit too much. Maybe that's the minor adjustment that I need. The front arm looks okay, the backswing looks okay, the club comes level to the ground, Rory McIlroy. But as the weight shifts and the swing progresses through the downslope, you can see that the club head comes back through the right side of the ball. And that's something I really want you to pay attention to on this swing as it causes the slice. This swing should make this about as abundantly clear as possible. Again, you can see my back foot is open to help me draw the ball, but really all it is doing is helping me come from the right side of the ball. So again, another example of a slice that I hit on the driving range, and as soon as we get into this backswing, you see my feet come nice and calm. I do have kind of a violent backswing, in that my front foot kind of does, as my co-workers have referred to, the stanky leg. Thank you for Martin for pointing that out. But my front leg kind of bends in to give me that more power, and as you can see right here, it's about to do the thing. that front knee starts bending. But all it is helping me rotate a little bit more. But there's the stanky leg. I start coming like Josh Donaldson about to hit a home run, but the club comes level to the ball and the club head comes from the right side. Now I hit this ball kind of square and it flies pretty far, but it's pulled left. And if you are a slicer, you recognize this shot a lot. Sometimes you catch it nice and square and solid and it just yanks left. And the only explanation as to how that happens, you hit the ball 260, 270, but it just punches left, is that you are coming from the right side of the ball. So it's definitely my problem, something I got to work on. Again, I'm going to look up some tips and tricks and hit you guys with them in another video. But definitely something that I'm going to address the next time I go to the range is fixing that swing path and making sure that I come square to the ball or even inside out to help me hit that nice draw shot, or even just something straight down the fairway. And if you get those those really, really nice gadgets, they will tell you the degree that you come in from addressing the ball. But again, you don't really need to. If there's some, just have your buddy or get a tripod or something, set up a nice camera and go to the range and see where your swing path is on. Hopefully it's better than mine, because again, I'm coming from that right side and I'm slicing every ball. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you like this type of content, me breaking down my swing, where I went right, where I went wrong, what I'm working on, why I'm working on that, definitely hit the like button. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you guys see that I missed, something that you could enjoy. And yeah, hopefully guys you did enjoy the video. Again, if you're new to the channel, if you want to be part of the Shankers and part of Dimpled Balls community, we have a link in the Discord down below in the description of this video. Smack the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications if you want more videos like this, more golf content coming out every single Sunday. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.